Well, a very good afternoon and a warm welcome to the Denker Big Swan Stadium. J2's largest crowd of the season is expected. As many as 25,000 expected inside this stadium to see if Albirex Niigata can get over the line. The league leaders just a point away from sealing promotion back to the J1 League. There's plenty to play for Vegalta Sendai too. But just one victory in their last 9 has seen them slowly slide down from a firm grip on third to the grim realisation that they are quite possibly not going to make this season's playoffs. They're currently in the playoffs, but defeat today and Montedio and Vortis, who are showing great form, can pounce to take over in 6th. Watch out for Vortis. They're on an amazing unbeaten run, although they do draw a lot of games. Down at the bottom, it's looking pretty grim for the bottom two. Ryukyu will go down tomorrow if they don't win away from home. Glorious sunshine greeting a large crowd at the Denker Big Swan, an iconic stadium that will surely be hosting the finest in J1 again next season. Travelling fans from Vegalta are here too. It is sort of a derby. It's East Coast travels to West Coast in the North Derby. Although they don't see themselves as rivals, these two clubs. Two sets of players arriving. Let's have a check on the two teams. Plenty of changes. 5 for Albirex Niigata. Came back last weekend from a draw against Montedio away from home. Keito Taniguchi returns. Tezuru Shimada starts against his former club for whom he played over 100 appearances. Shoya Fujiwara, Kazuchiba and New Zealand international Michael Fitzgerald all come in. Vegalta turn to the Argentine Leandro Sabatato in the midfield. He's one of 4 changes. South Korean Kim also returning. Yota Seto and Taki Maza get starts today. Ryotaro Ito has scored 7 goals this season. He's also chipped in with a pretty impressive 10 assists in J2. Dropped down from J1 at the start of the season from Uwara Red Diamonds. His coach is Rizuko Matsuhashi.
昇格がかかった大一番です。今日はどんな思いでビッグスワンに入りましたか？
本当に、少しはやはりこう今日決めたいとか、少しそういう気持ちもないことはないですけども、本当にこれまでのスタンス変えず、今日の一戦をやはり大事に戦っていこうという思いで入ってきました。
非常に注目度の高い試合ですけれども、選手たちの今朝からの様子はいかがでしょうか？
非常にリラックスしたいい状態ではないかなと。でも多少の緊張感は必ず必要なので、そういうものを持ってしっかり入っていきたいなというふうに思ってます。
今日の対戦相手仙台の印象と警戒しているポイントを教えてください。
いや本当に監督も変わって、まだそこまで時間が経ってないですけども、非常に素晴らしい哲学を持った監督だと僕は思っていますので、全てにおいて警戒したいというふうに思ってます。
さあ今日はチケットも完売して昇格を決める舞台としては最高のものが整っていると思います。改めて今節への意気込みをお願いします。
もう本当にここに集まってくださった本当に皆さんの力も、一緒になって、勝ち点3をなんとか、取りたいなというふうに思ってます。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
Shishi Endo, the experienced midfielder, has come up with 5 goals this season, played over 300 games for Kashima Antlers.
今日はプレーオフ圏内を死守するために大事な一戦となります。この試合どのように位置づけていますか？
そうですね、本当に我々本当に、ね、残り3節というところは本当に勝ち点3が絶対必要になってくる、ゲームになると思います。選手ともね、やはりこの強い気持ちを持ってやはりこの新潟に乗り込んできましたので、勝ちに行きたいと思います。
前節は崩し連携のところでもう一歩というお話もありましたが、今週のトレーニングではどんな調整をされましたか？
まず人の距離感でしたりとか、そういうところをもう一回ね選手たちと話しながら、やはりいい距離感でプレーをすること、やはりあとは怖さを出すこと、ここは重要になってくるかなと思ってます。
今日の対戦相手新潟は昇格がかかっているチームですけれども、どのように分析されていますか？
そうですね、本当にもうここ数年すごくしっかりとしたチーム作りをしてきている新潟さんなので、霊験面でしたりとか素晴らしいものがあると思います。その中で我々が本当にしっかりとやはり、強化の守備でしたりとかグループでしっかり守ること、これはすごく重要になってくると思いますし、相手の隙を見てやはり我々がしっかりとボールを握ることも重要になると思いますので、そういうところをやはり90分間好きなく戦っていきたいなと思います。
ありがとうございます。
Just heard from Akira Ito there, only his 5th game in charge, just the 1 win so far. They decided to change their manager, a crucial part of the season. 0-0 when these two sides met in the early weeks of the season. At that stage it was looking like these two were promotion contenders. That turned out to be the case. For a long time, along with Yokohama, these two were vying for automatic promotion spots, and then suddenly Vegalta slipped into oblivion. They really have been in bad form, 1 win in 9. They face not even being in the playoffs. They led the division on a couple of occasions early in the season. Turned out in the numbers today, the fans, both of Albirex but also Vegalta, who've made that fairly short hike across from the east coast to the west. Turn today for the New Zealand international Michael Fitzgerald. He'll wear the captain's armband for the home side, hoping to lead them to promotion. Just a point is needed. Over 20,000 here a couple of weeks ago to set the record for this season in J2. It'll be broken again today. It'll probably be broken again in a couple of weeks' time on the last day of the season, when they could be playing for the title here against Nishida Zalvia. There's still plenty of work to be done. Point today, and then they can turn their attentions to the title. Not dissimilar to the situation that Jubilo Iwata found themselves in last season, but they're currently bottom of J2. A stark reminder that there is a sharp rise in quality from this level to the top level. On the subs bench today is Yuji Hoshi, and he's just being presented with some flowers for clocking up a landmark of 150 appearances for the club. It's very popular, the 29-year-old, as you can hear. It's also going to be a similar presentation for Daichi Tagami. Started last week, but he's only on the bench today. They do mark these landmark appearances here in the J-League. Minute silence on the tragic events in Indonesia last weekend, where over 100 people very sadly lost their lives in the stadium watching a football match. Well, Vegalta Sendai have made several changes, and so too Albirex Niigata. Keito Taniguchi comes in to the starting lineup. He'll lead the line. 5 changes in total. Michael Fitzgerald, Soya Fujiwara, Kazuhiko Chiba and Yuzuru Shimeda all coming in. Shimeda against his old club. Sato Nakayama there, you saw, is captain today for the visitors, Vegalta. So have a look at that Vegalta side. 4 changes. Leandro Di Sabato, the Argentine, Kim, the South Korean, both coming in. There's a place on the right-hand side as a wing-back for Takumi Maze, who does have 4 goals this season and 4 assists. Yota Sato is given the nod in the heart of the defence. Today's referee is Koki Nagamine. Yukihizo Matsuhashi, beg your pardon, is the coach of Albirex. He's done a fantastic job to steer them to within touching distance of J1. This man has only just started his job, and it's not been easy so far for Akira Ito. Just 1 win in their 4 matches under his tutorship. The top for a reason. Albirex Niigata could concentrate on sewing up the title if they just pick up a point today. Yokohama could join them in J1 if they win their tricky looking home game against Oita Trinita tomorrow. Just a point today takes them up. They need a win to confirm tomorrow. Yokohama at home to Oita Trinita, for whom a win should clinch a playoff place depending on other results. Fagiano have already been confirmed in the playoffs. Rosso will clinch a playoff place with a win over struggling Vespa. Ryukyu will go down tomorrow if they don't win at Sweden. Iwata Grula will be relegated this evening if they lose and Vespa win at Rosso today. That's how it is in the J2, and what promises to be a very, very interesting finale. Next weekend is the penultimate weekend of the season. Deep to pick up the ball, Shimada. Cope. Have lost just 3 matches here this season, winning 14 of their 19 home. Good accumulation of points that has been as good as any. Kazuhiko Chiba. Mito. Around the outside, Mito, but winning a throw for Fujiwara to take. Fitzgerald. Again, young 19-year-old winger, 4 goals this season. He's a Japanese under-18 international, made his debut at the age of 16 a couple of seasons ago. He's a really, really talented young man. Clubs have been having a look at him, but it looks like he's going to get the league above stage next season. Fujiwara. It's Kida. Back inside, Kida goes for goal. It wasn't a bad effort. He was afforded enough room to get the shot in. That was dangerous. Didn't really keep it away from the goalkeeper, Ryozuki Kojima, and it was an easy save. It's one of 4 games that have just kicked off in J2. Tokushima Vortis in action today. They could leapfrog Vegalta realistically in the race for 6th. Jeff United is still in the race for a place in the playoffs. They've won 4 of their last 5 away, and they're away to Lublitsa today. Lublitsa mid-table, nothing to play for. Sato. Kim. Didn't reach Ichida. Chance to get on the outside early on for Mito. Just left the ball behind slightly there. Kaza. Maze. Sato. This is Ishida. Managed to chip in with 4 assists on this left-hand side this season. Signed from Sagan Torso early season. It's a good flick on. That's got a lot of pace on it. Too much for Maze. Goal kick. Lost just one of their last 11. That was a home match here in early September against playoff hopefuls Oita Trinita, who go to Yokohama tomorrow, looking to cement their playoff place. They could be a good bet for the playoffs, you know. Oita, they're a big club, great stadium. They've been quietly going about their business. It's going to be intriguing, the playoffs. Shida. Vegalta just dream of being part of it. Although they've been hanging on in that top 6, they could lose that status today. There's every probability that they might. That's good interchange. Shinzuki Mito looks like the go-to man down the right-hand side. He's got an overlap, but he'll go himself. Spilt by the goalkeeper, Obata. He was lucky. But the nearest 2 players to him were both teammates, and he was able to adjust and take the ball at the second time of asking. Bounce up awkwardly, the shot from Suzuki. Mito. Certainly not afraid to have a shot. By De Sabato, but then given away. Knocked up by Chiba at the back. Watanabe, Tsukijima, Fitzgerald. It's a long chip forward. Headed away, but not very far. Komi. Ross cutting shot that was easily saved by Yuma Obata. One loss in 11 against 1 win in 9. It's a huge contrast in the form of these 2 teams. And already you can see that the team with the confidence are the league leaders. Relegated from J2 in 2017, ending a 14-year spell in J1. Can't wait to get back. J1 leaders, some might say champions-elect Yokohama F. Marinos, losing at home to Gamba Osaka. Early goal in that game, still 0-0 in all 4 games in J2. Free kick, foul on Takumi Maze. 24-year-old, joined the club 2 years ago from Henan University. To Sato. Fujiwara. He's lost it and then won it back again against Ryomi Kida. Takahiro Ko. Watanabe. It's a lovely ball. Playing with a swagger at the moment, the home side, but that was a poor pass by Taniguchi. Foul by Takahiro Ko. Landed one on Yasushi Endo, who's gone down. Experienced midfielder caught. Free kick and gentle warning for Takahiro Ko. It's one of those challenges where the referee gets his chance to set the benchmark. He's decided not to show a yellow and try and err on the side of leniency. Talked earlier about Jubilo Watto winning promotion last season from J2. Well, they'll be back again next season by the look of things, and they're 1-0 down already today. An early goal in that game. Jubilo Watto nil, Kashima Antlers 1. Kashima Antlers currently riding high up in 5th. Fitzgerald, Fujiwara. Vegalta Sendai just can't get the ball at the moment. To come from behind last weekend. Take a point in the game. Shida. Ito to Watanabe. Shimada. It's a long ball over the top, but it had too much pace on it, straight into the arms of Obata. Obata, only 20 years of age, the young goalkeeper. Broke into the team back in 2020. I'm a Japanese under-18 international. Have Daichi Sugimoto in goal. It is an area that's been a cause for concern this season for Vegalta, relying on a 20-year-old goalkeeper. He is a very good goalkeeper. To bring in Sugimoto for backup. Toshida to Nakajima. He's on loan from Sarazo Osaka. Here he is again. It off of Kida. Sato. Kim. We've hardly given a mention to Vegalta's forward players. Endo, Kida and Nakayama. It's just not come to them so far. That's been given away. Making a run down the middle is Michael Fitzgerald, who won the ball back. He's joined in as a striker, and now he's decided that his stay up front has come to an end, and he sprints back just as well because his side had given the ball away. Nakayama. Nakajima. That's a good ball from Nakajima. But Ishida is not quite able to get on the end of it. Takumi Maze, in fact, taking the run down the right-hand side. Albirex would be 5 points ahead of Yokohama with a win today. Yokohama play tomorrow. failure to win, and the title is Albirex's. In all but current currency. They can't win the title this weekend, but they can pretty much put one hand on it. One back in the midfield again, towards the front line. There's a man over. They've got a chance, and that chance is cleared off the line. Komi with the shots, Kim with the clearance. In fact, it was Yoshida on the line, I beg your pardon. Came all the way through. It's a bright, intelligent run down the left-hand side, and it looked a goal all the way. It's the closest we've come. 13, nearly 14 minutes gone. First corner of the game, which will be taken by Urayatia Ito. Cleverly works. Just a shade too high for Watanabe. Even a point for Vegalta doesn't really keep things in their own hands, because the goal difference of Montedio and of Tokushima Votis below them is better. So they need a win really to keep their own playoff hopes alive. They're under the cosh here. Ko. Mito. Just like the telegraphed pass that De Sabato was able to pick up and clear. Gerald will get there. Ahead of Nakayama. Kojima. Just can't get the ball at the moment, Vegalta. Watanabe. Rolled into Taniguchi. Komi. It's a good run again by Urayatia Ito. He can't quite keep it in play. Side had to make 5 changes today. Famuya, Hayakawa and Ippi Shinazuki both missing out today through injury. Dropped out, having started last weekend. One back again. Ito tried to just tickle it into the feet. It was slightly overhit. Kim. Ishida. It's a foul on Nakajima. And some light relief for Vegalta. Kida. Wide from Masishi Wakaza. Wakaza again. 32-year-old former Tokyo Verde, Jeff United, went to Trinita player. Rosso could clinch a playoff place with a win today, and now 1-0 up on Thespa in the game at the Igao Kenko. Opening goal from Toshiki Takahashi, giving them the lead. Tokushima Vortis, who are chasing down Vegalta, have taken the lead in the game at Vegalta Nagasaki, who are still themselves in the playoff hunt, 4 points behind Vegalta. So it's VVN 0, Tokushima Vortis 1. They are in magnificent form, Tokushima Vortis. They have not lost since 18th of June. 1-7, drawn 10, 17 unbeaten. 3 points behind Vegalta. They're hunting them down and they are winning today. It's good defending. Over the clearance. It's a bit too clever from Ryotaro Ito. Indo travels from the left to the right. Change of scenery. Kaza. Sato. Takeda. Rushes past one challenge, Nakayama, but didn't get any change out of Ko. Ryotaro Ito. Watanabe. Passes Fujiwara for Mito. Here is Fujiwara. Shinada. 100 appearances for his opponents. Albirex 0, Vegalta 0, 20 minutes gone. It's fair to say it's been pretty much one-way traffic. Just that one chance cleared off the line. Fitzgerald's long ball forward. It's flicked by Taniguchi. Watanabe drilled across the face of goal and into the side netting from Shinzuki Mito. It was a dangerous ball in. There were no one prepared to take the gamble and get into the box. Mito didn't have the best of angles in which to try and turn it back. It's a 41,000 capacity stadium. Yep. Denka Big Swamp. Well populated today. It was one of the venues for the 2002 World Cup, constructed back in the late 90s, opened in 2001, situated in the Niigata Sports Park, which is on the Toyanagata Lake, just a short distance from the Sea of Japan on the west coast. J1 Giants will be coming here next season, barring a rather freakish set of results in the final 3 match days. Been the benchmark for much of this season, Albirex, along with Yokohama. Midway point to the first half. Fitzgerald. This is Kazuhiko Chiba vastly experienced 36-year-old at the back. Second spell with the club, nearing 200 appearances. One Japanese cap, played in the Netherlands for Dordrecht in the Eredivisie, the second tier. Cut out by Nakajima. There's a good interception as well. Nakayama. It's Endo. Out wide of him, Maze. His cross deflected away. Eventually over towards Mito. Calmly done by Fitzgerald, but then given away to Ishida. That's a shot on target. Smartly down to deny it. Yasushi Endo is Rizuko Kojima, the goalkeeper. Joined on loan last season from Moita Trinita. Goalkeeper Rizuki Kojima made the move permanent. Better spell from Vegalta. Crisp ball forward from Kim. Takumi Maze. Sabato keeps it moving. Kim. Rashida. Will run all the way through. Sabato's pass. Now Albirex can settle back into their rhythm now. Takahiro Ko, Chiba, Shimada. Down by Mito. Minutes from half time. Question that the better side have been the home side. They've had the better chances as well, but it's still 0-0. Taro Ito dispossessed by Sato's challenge. Yoshida. It's good defending by Kazuhika Chiba. Ball back by Endo. Cleared by Ko. Very far. Yoshida. Through ball from Nakajima. Back by Shimada. Ito. That's good play. Now Mito. Chance to get further down the park. Towards the edge of the penalty area. He's got the overlap, but he goes to the shot himself. He's never afraid to come inside on that left foot. Shinzuki Mito, the teenager, really get the power on it to cause any concern. Zuru Shimada through the lines to Ryotara Ito. Takahiro Ko goes back to Watanabe. Fitzgerald. Albirex 0. Vegalta Sendai 0. Strong header away from Sato. One back in the midfield by Fujiwara. Ko. Komi to Watanabe. Way back to Kazuhiko Chiba. Neat and intricate in a tight situation over on that far side. 28 minutes gone. Albirex 0, Vegalta 0. Mito. Fujiwara. Biding their time, they're being patient, they're not panicking. And in hindsight, it's a game they could afford to lose and they'll probably still be promoted. Ito. That's good play. Ito. It's just a little bit too intricate. Taniguchi. His first touch was okay, took it away from the defender, but it went downhill from there. Takahiro Ko, they'll keep going. Mito. Given away by Fujiwara. Quickly have it back. Albirex. Tamaguchi. Well, that was slightly short. Komi. Tamaguchi. It's a good deflection. Will be a corner. 9 goals this season for the 26-year-old. Former Rosso player. Rosso leading against Thesper at the moment and will guarantee their playoff place. Timely block from Yota Sato. Gathering there in the yellow, the Vegalta Sendai fans who have travelled across in their numbers. Their colours are yellow shirts and blue shorts, but they're in their change offering today of all white. Jubilo Iwata have equalised against the Kashima Antlers, a game they need to win really. They are level at least in that game in J1. Mito headed away at first knockings by Kim. Watanabe. Ko. Another chance to tease for Ito. Takahiro Ko. So to hammer one from over 30 yards from the goal. Come straight back to him. Again, they're keeping the possession and they're quite happy to go backwards if they have to. Lost their last two, Vegalta, without scoring a single goal. They won 4-1 at Svejin on the 6th of August, but since then their 4 away goals have delivered just a solitary goal. Goals have dried up for Nakayama, who has 15 this season. One of the top goal scorers in the division. He's been starved of service. They can't find a suited partnership in the back line. They can't find a partnership in the midfield either. Guino has been playing quite a lot, but the Brazilian's on the bench today after picking up a knock recently. Very disjointed. New coach coming in, still finding his way around this squad. Jubilo Iwata now 2-1 up on Kashima Antlers. 2 very quick goals there, and suddenly there's a little bit of hope for the team at the bottom of J1. 2 goals in 2 minutes from Suzuki and Kaneko with the turnaround for Jubilo Iwata is their hope that they could yet survive against all odds in J1, the J2 champions from last season. Needed to change. Ito and Ito, not a good ball in though. Pressure from Komi. Comes out to Watanabe. Chiba. Ko. Ito. It's for Jawari. At a high percentage of the possession. That's a good interchange. Ko winning a corner. Came off of Yoshida. Injury to Shinzuki Mito in the process. The teenager's gone down, holding his ankle. And this is how it happened. Just plays it out wide, then thump. It was a foul in itself, wasn't it? But the referee played a good advantage. Chance for one or two of the players to get some fluids on board. Corner. Quick reminder, we are back again next weekend. Slightly later time of 10 o'clock in the morning BST time, 7 in the evening Japanese time. Yokohama against Vegalta. It's next weekend on the J.LEAGUE International YouTube channel. On Sunday. Ten minutes to half time. Michael Fitzgerald is waiting. To his cross, glanced away. Back in again. Just too long for Watanabe. Goal kick. Taro Ito. Former Owara Red Diamonds player. Has been fantastic this season. 10 assists, 7 goals. Player that will get a chance at J1 next season, where he didn't really get a chance with the Red Diamonds. Nine minutes to go to half time. Chances have been fairly scarce. That one off the line. It's now Vivara 0. Votis 2. In control of that match now. Tokushima Votis. They say someone comes from nowhere with a run of form. They might have drawn an awful lot of games. They haven't lost many, and those draws have all accumulated enough points to push them through. Rosso 2-0 up on Thespa and looking good for a playoff place. They'll be guaranteed a playoff place if they win that game, and they're well in control. So Votis and Rosso in the driving seat, 2-0 up in their game. Still 0-0 here, still 0-0 between Blitzer and Jeff United. Jeff United still with a slender playoff hope, but they would need to win that game today against a Blitzer side who are mid-table. Fitzgerald leaves it. Shimada. Mito. Interesting ball. Little tangle. Referee favours the defender. It's a foul by Keto Taniguchi. Looking for that goal today to make it a double figures 10 for the season. One back well by Mito. Fujiwara. Fitzgerald. Chiba can bring it out from the back. Watanabe, homegrown fullback, came through the youth system, debut at the age of just 18. Had a good run in the side this season as well. Here he is. Chiba, Fitzgerald again. Neat and intricate and precise. Go to Mito, who can tease and go on the outside, and that's a very promising manoeuvre down the right-hand side. Sadly, the cross was just a little bit too heavy. Fagiano with a win tomorrow morning would keep pressure on the top two. They go to Venfore Kufu, who have lost their last 5 but are in the Emperor's Cup final. It's a good pull back, but foot in. It's lifted back in by Fujiwara there, when maybe might have been better off giving it a go for goal. Fitzgerald keeps it ticking. Space down the left-hand side for Yota Kami. In comes the overlap. Watanabe. Takahiro Ko. Fitzgerald. With white shirts between him and the goal. Free kick. It's like 95% of the action has been down the end away to our right. No breakthrough yet. Looking for one before half time. Not too long to go to half time. Wouldn't stick for Taniguchi. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Just Yendo. Nakayama. Too far ahead of Kida. Shimida again. And forward by Ko. Yota Komi. Komi goes in for the challenge. Cleared by Maz, but again they're giving it away. Vegalta. Great ball in towards the edge of the penalty area. Now that's right on the line. It is a free kick. Can't get much closer to the penalty area than that. Some free kick experts will tell you it's just a little bit too close. This is an opportunity. Rolled in. Gets away from his marker. He just sends out a foot to Ryota Sato. Obligingly sending Ryotaro Ito down to the ground. 2 minutes away from half time. Thespa have pulled a goal back at Rosso. Rosso 2, Thespa 1. Now in that game at the Igeo Kenko Stadium. Plenty of goals going in Kumamoto. None here yet, but that might change now. Let's have a look. Niigata awaits. You got the feeling that that wall's a bit further back than it normally is. It just feels there's a bigger gap there. It's quite a long way back. Still got to get it over the wall. Shimada and Co. Oh, off the crossbar. Well, that's the closest we've come to a goal from Co. And it will be a corner. So close. Goalkeeper was beating all ends up. Got it over the wall, Ryotaro Ito. He was very unlucky. There's an injury at the moment, holding things up to Nakajima. Home crowd would love a goal before half-time. Here comes the corner. Headed away by Nakayama back there. Hoisted back in by Ko. Taken well by Abata. Well, it looked like the perfect free kick from Ryotaro Ito. It came back off the face of the crossbar. Away by Wakaza. Endo. Yoshida. Played back out to Yoshida by De Sabato, but it wasn't a particularly good pass from De Sabato. Chiba. Komi. Going on the overlap is Taniguchi. Mito. Taniguchi again. Fujiwara. Mito. Well, there's 2 minutes of added time. We've almost gone through those 2 minutes. Looks like we're going to go in goalless at half-time. As I said before, Vegalta would really need a win today to keep the playoff perspective in their courts. They'll be relatively happy to have kept Albirex at bay in the first half. It took a goal line clearance from Seto. He took the crossbar just before half-time to deny Ryotaro Ito. It's been one-way traffic. Albirex have demonstrated exactly why they are top of the table in J2. But they haven't so far found the all-important breakthrough goal. They're hanging on in there, Vegalta Sendai. at half-time at the Denka Big Swan. It's Albirex Niigata 0, Vegalta Sendai 0. Just 1 point today would take Albirex Niigata to promotion. And that coming the right way about it. 0-0 at half-time. First chance of the game actually went the way of the visitors Vegalta. It was a rare chance. Kida with the shot, which was straight at goalkeeper Kojima. Free-flowing and expansive football. Shinzuki Mito looking dangerous down the right-hand side. Went for goal himself here. Goalkeeper did spill it. Carter with the save. This is Fitzgerald's ball into the path of Taniguchi. Komi's shot blocked on the line by Yoshida. Fitzgerald again involved. As the home side continued to pressure. Yota Komi cutting inside. The pullback coming all the way through, and Mito shooting into the side netting. It's been pretty much one-way traffic, but don't forget that there are two sides in this. It was a pretty tame shot in the end from Endo that was saved by Kojima. And then right at half-time, this free kick. Mito striking the crossbar. Great free kick. 0-0. Two sets of players back out on the pitch for the second half. Can't see any changes so far. Shadow is now cast over pretty much all of the playing surface. Away from home, Vegalta have actually not been too bad. No one has scored more away goals in J2 this season than Vegalta, with 37 away goals, and that is quite some way ahead of the next best, which is 33 by Tokyo Verdy. They've won 10 away from home. Only Rosso and VVN have managed to hit double figures as well. But when it comes to home form, Albirex are the masters on 14 of their 19 home matches. 68 home goals. It's the best in the division. In fact, next best is 65. That is Vegalta. Plenty of positives from the stats, Vegalta, but their current form belies a team that perhaps languishing in the lower regions of mid-table. They are holding grimly on to 6th place. Feels like they are literally wearing their fingertips out, holding on to the edge of the cliff. The domestic season can't finish quick enough for Vegalta. Just hope that they can hold on to that place in the playoffs. No changes at half time. Jubilo Watto scored a 3rd goal, by the way, just before half-time against Kashima Antlers. It's now 3-1. They are still some way off of safety, but it gives them hope in a game they really had to win today. They were losing, and now they're leading 3-1. That's good play to Fujiwara. He can venture over the halfway line. Inside to Mito. High angle ball towards the left-hand side, and Komi. Header away by Wakaza. Komi. Watanabe. Shiba. Fitzgerald. Out wide by Ito to Mito. Minutes into the second half, and Albirex trying to continue the momentum in the first half domination, but they're on the back foot here slightly. Trying to make room was Kida. Determined not to give him that room was Fitzgerald. Cross comes in, it's cleared away. It's good footwork from Mito. Space to run into for Komi. Dashing to get forward with him is Watanabe, but Komi's gone all the way himself and wins a corner. Turned behind by Masashi Wakaza. Fitzgerald comes forward. Kazuhiko Chiba, veteran defender, is also in there. Taro Ito will hit the bar with a free kick in the first half to take this corner. Towards the edge of the box, it's headed down into a crowd. Second shot could have gone anywhere. The third shot nearly did go all the way through. It's cleared away at last knockings by Yota Sato for a throw, which is taken very quickly by Watanabe. Hoisted in. It's a good header away by Kim. Maybe the chance of a breakaway. Maz. Determination to win the ball back from Ryotaro Ito. Great play into the penalty area. It's chipped over the goalkeeper. No one there. We'll come back through again. Kumi. It's a good ball in. Glanced away by Kim. Can't seem to get it clear at the moment. It's a clever play by Shimada. Mito. Recycle with Chiba. Fujiwara. Mito. Shimada. Have to be patient, and they're good at that. Mito just run away slightly. It is a corner. Watanabe joining in on the attack. Lost 3 of the last 4 away, Vegalta. They have won 4 of the last 10 away. If you want to cast your mind back just a little bit further, they are a team that have won 10 away from home. In comes the cross, thumped away by Obata. Mito. Takes it back again off of Watanabe. Fujiwara. Room here, maybe for Watanabe. Didn't really connect properly, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. Kashima Antlers have pulled a goal back early in the second half in J1. Jubilee Water 3, Kashima Antlers 2 now. Sounds like a good game, that one. Half-time, Rosso leading Thespa 2-1. They will clinch the playoff place with their win. Tokushima Vortis 2-0 up at VVN. 3 points off the playoffs. They are closing in. What a season they've had, really. You look at it, I think it's 38 played. They've drawn 23, but no one has lost fewer matches in J2 this season than Tokushima Vortis. They've only lost 5. The draw specialists. Look at that 17-match unbeaten run. It's going to be 18 today at 2-0 up. They say a form team comes from nowhere. Back against them in the playoffs if they make it. Montedio are also in the hunt as well, of course. They're at home to Mito Hollyhock tomorrow afternoon. 53 gone here, 8 minutes into the second half. Fitzgerald round the corner from Ito. This is Mito. Incisive, but just a bit too incisive from him. Behind for a goal kick. Remember, a 0-0 draw will be enough for Albirex to celebrate promotion. However, that draw would hand title initiative back to Yokohama. If they were to win tomorrow, they would go a point clear with 2 to play. So we're going to see a change. Togashi is going to come on. He's going to replace Ryomi Kida. First change of the game. He's carrying a knock, and the USA born striker, previously with Mishida Zalvia, came and Togashi comes on. He scored 10 goals this season. Along with Nakayama, there is a potency in the final third at their disposal. Can they create the chance or the chances? 0-0, you just never know. Might reignite Vegalta's season. Komi wins a throw off of Maze. Chiba to Fitzgerald. Kazuhiko Chiba again. One behind the ball, they won it, and then they lost it again, Vegalta. Chiba once again. Fujiwara. Ko. Mito. So pass after pass after pass, but can they create a chance to prize open Vegalta? Komi. Ko. Wide from Taniguchi. Komi. Ito. Hammered towards goal. That wasn't a bad effort. It's an awful long way out. Kazuhiko Chiba. Something a little bit different. I don't think anyone was expecting this from the 36-year-old. Nearly 200 appearances for the club. I think it was going just wide. The goalkeeper couldn't take any chances. The batter got a hand to it for a corner. That would have been his first goal of the season. He hasn't scored for 2 years. Kazuhiko Chiba. Stop him hitting that one from an awfully long way out. Towards the back post, it's headed back in again, eventually cleared away. Right, Sato. It's a foul. So Nakajima. And Nakajima ferociously vented his anger at Shimada for the challenge, and he's still going now. Shimada was implying that he did lash out slightly. On loan from Sarazo Azaka. Was actually here on loan last season. Motohiko Nakajima had several games in the Albirex side that finished 6th in last season's J2. He's back at one of his old clubs today. He's got 7 assists this season, as well as the 4 goals. Motohiko Nakajima is a talented young midfielder. Yoshida. Togashi goes chasing. Fitzgerald beats him to it. Albirex a little over half an hour away from promotion. A clean sheet will do it. They would love the title, and the title could hinge on them scoring in the next half hour. Vegalta have been solid and strong and back in their numbers behind the ball. It's been a challenging afternoon for Albirex. We've just continued to pass the ball. Get the feeling that Kazuhiko Chiba just now was getting a little bit frustrated with the pass after pass and decided to take it into his own hands and hit one from a long way out. Very nearly created the breakthrough. Sato. Deflects favourably back to Kojima. Kazuhiko Chiba, slightly loose header there. Could have been problematic. 60th minute of the game, 0-0. Albi 0, Vegalta 0. These two drew 0-0 in the first game. Back then they were all saying this one could be a title decider. Still got their eyes on the prize, both of them, but it's certainly not a title decider. It might be a title decider for the home side if they don't score in the next half an hour. Yokohama get handed the initiative, but they do play Oita Trinita tomorrow, who are in form. That won't be easy. They need to win that one to enhance their playoff credentials. Kim. Fitzgerald. Seemed to happen in slow motion. Fitzgerald was given the free kick. 0-0 here, 0-0 between Blablitza and Jeff United Chiba. Jeff United needing a win if they are to stand any chance of reaching the playoffs. Favara 0, Tokushima Vortis 2. 18 now unbeaten for Tokushima Vortis. Rosso leading Thespa 2-1. That's how we are at the moment. Nakayama leaves it for Nakajima. Shida. Backwards from Nakajima. Sato. Endo. Okaza gets it back again. To Sabato. He's kept the possession, but it's gone all the way back to goalkeeper Obata. Kim. Shida. To Endo. Sabato. There again. Look at that pass count. 645 passes to 228. 72% possession. 15 attempts to 2 on goal. But the all-important statistic is it's still 0-0. And we played 62 minutes. Point might be an important point to Vegalta, but it takes their playoff hopes out of their own hands. A point also takes the title out of Albirex Niigata's hands, but it does clinch promotion. Fitzgerald. Straight through the middle. It's a crowded, congested part of the area of the field. Ito to Mito. Just looking to stretch to the left now with Watanabe. And Komi. Two tricky wingers that like to take on defenders. And Komi's got past one. He hasn't got past two though. It's a timely challenge by Nakajima. Quick throw it. Ko. He's gone for the return and into the corner. That's a beautiful finish. The goal that they were craving has been scored by Ryotaro Ito. His 8th of the season. Well, he hit the bar in the first half and he scores the goal that brings the Denka Big Swan Stadium to life. Albirex Niigata have quite literally huffed and puffed. But Vegalta's usually straw house has been more brick-like today. But the calmness in which he finished that into the corner, most players would have blitzed it towards goal. He just carefully passed it. It was like a pass, it wasn't a shot. It was a pass into the corner. Very, very good finish from Ryotaro Ito. And surely promotion is all done and dusted now for Albi. He's been fantastic this season, the 24-year-old. 10 assists, 8 goals. Dropped down from J1 at the beginning of the season. And he's been one of the standout players in J2 this season. Ryotaro Ito's goal. And it could make things interesting because now Vegalta have to come out. They have to do something. And they're going to make a couple of changes. Looks like Fugino could be coming on for De Sabato. The Argentine is off, the Brazilian is on. Kim is off. Fukumori is on. They are two like-for-like changes. They're not changing anything in terms of shape and the way that they play. They've got to try and come out and get something. Fugino comes on in midfield, the Brazilian. The ginger hair and the beard, very distinguished player. He's a good player. He scored 4 goals this season from midfield. Give them a bit of muscle and a bit of energy in the midfield. They need a goal. Point is better than nothing. With Votis winning, as things stand, Vegalta Sendai will drop down to 7th. And Votis will take their place on goal difference in 6th. It's good closing down from Komi, but it will be a goal kick. Tokushima Votis, if they do move into that last place in the playoffs, they host Omiya Ardija, who are struggling down towards the bottom but should be safe. That's next weekend, and they finish away at Montedio Yamagata, who are currently neck and neck with them. So that is an almighty game on the last game of the season. Montedio Yamagata against Tokushima Votis. Wow, that could be a humdinger of a game, that one. Midway through the second half. Vegalta's last 2 matches are at home to Rosso and away in the derby match against Blitzer, where they won't get any favours there, I can assure you. He's the coolest man in Niigata, Ryotaro Ito, when he just calmly slotted that into the corner. Go. Ito. Case of keeping the ball again now. Shimada. Fitzgerald. Watanabe. Komi. Ito. Shiba. Fitzgerald straight down the middle. It might just be two. Oh, it would have been had it not been for the crossbar. Kato Taniguchi nearly took his tally for the season into double figures. Well, that would have been game over. Watanabe keeps it ticking for the home side. Fitzgerald. It's been Strong and imposing at the back for Albirex. Having an awful lot thrown at them today. Just a quick reminder, we are back next Sunday. And our live game is at the slightly later time. It's 7 o'clock in the evening, kick-off Japanese time. BST, 10 o'clock in the morning. It will be the game taking place next Sunday between Yokohama and Zvejin Kanazawa. Fitzgerald. This will extend the home side's lead at the top to 4 points. It would take them on to 81 points, 12 points ahead of Fagiano, who can only now pick up another 9 points. As things stand, they are all but up. They've got a goal difference that is 14 goals better than Fagiano. Take an extraordinary set of results to stop Albirex Niigata from going up now. For a start, they'd have to lose this one. And they're winning it with 20 minutes to go. And they look very comfortable at 1-0. Hit the bar twice as well. Taniguchi does eventually get the shot in. It's blocked though by Sato, who's stuck with him all the way. It will be a corner. That's throwing, I beg your pardon. Fitzgerald. So now 3-1 up in the game against Thespa. Goal from Mishima. They're in control of that and they will be in the playoffs for sure. That will clinch their playoff place a win. 5 clear of the drop Thespa. They might just stay up. Ended the season particularly well, Thespa. Watanabe. Takahiro Ko. Fagrino driving forward. Needs a bit of quality. But it was a good ball in. Trying to find Nakayama. Well, he's got Tagashi and Nakayama in there. 25 league goals between them this season. They've had no service. That was better from Fugino. A good ball in as well, but now they could get caught. They could be stretched. Oh, they hit the side netting. Half of the stadium, around about 12,000 people, thought that had nestled in the net. From Shanzuki Mito, the teenager, has only hit the side netting. Not far away at all. Goalkeeper was beaten. Just over the top, in fact. 2 goals in 4 minutes for Blitzer at the Soyuz Stadium. Now 2-0 up. Couple of changes and a change in formation as well for Vegalta. They're going to try and come out. Komi is coming off to be replaced, a like-for-like change. Itaro Matsuda, 4 goals this season. Also coming on is Horigome, who usually skippers aside and does take the armband. Horigome comes on. Wouldn't sit up nicely for Tagashi. Can they find a chance to get themselves back in it? Remember, it's still just 1-0. Watanabe was the other player that went off, by the way, so Horigome will go in at left back. Vivaren 1, Votis 2. Here's our latest score from the Trans Cosmos Stadium as the ball is rifled in over the top of the crossbar. Talking just before that double substitution for Blitzer, 2 goals in 4 minutes from Aoki and Yoshida. It's given them the lead 2-0 against Jeff United Chiba. And what that does is it leaves Chiba for 4 points shy of Votis with 2 to play. They're still in it. But it's a big ask. They need to win that one. They're losing 2-0. Taniguchi. Bit of room for Matsuda. Shimida. Horigome, first touch for him. Cleverly done by Ito. Fitzgerald to Mito. Mito. Clean pair of heels. Good header away. Just as well it was from Ishihara. Another chance. Mito. Thumped on the outside in towards goal. It's 2. That clinches it. J1, here we come. It's Ryotaro Ito again. It's his day. It's his headlines. But those fans are celebrating because all the top teams in Japan will be coming to the Denka Big Swan next season. That clinches promotion. It seemed almost inevitable. Mito, cross from Shimada, and then buried confidently and prolifically by Ryotaro Ito. A little bit more power than his first goal. On the turn with a volley. It's a very well executed finish on the turn. It's a little bit of quality from a player that has the quality to impress at J1 level. He's certainly impressed at J2 level this season. Next season, be interested to see how he gets on amongst the very best of Japanese football. And Vegalta are out on their feet. Home to Rosso next week, who today lead Vespa 2-1. If they can hold on to that, they'll be in the playoffs. So the pressure is slightly off of them, but they'll want momentum to go into the playoffs, won't they? And then they end with a derby away at the Blitzer. You just don't see how Vegalta are going to be part of the playoff situation, I'm afraid. We've seen them a couple of times recently. They're just not firing on all cylinders. I don't think Jeff United are going to be there either. Blitzer has scored again. Blitzer Akita 3. Jeff United Chiba 0. 4 points behind. Votis with 2 to play. Here's Endo. Kino That would have been quite spectacular had it come off from Nakayama, who has been feeding off the scraps for the duration today. 15 goals this season. Osaka now 2-0 up away at the leaders. Yokohama F Mariners in J1. Mariners still very much in the driving seat. Jubilee Iwata 3-2 up on Kashima Antlers with 10 minutes to go. Big game that. It's a reverse pass from Nagura to Indo. Biding his time. Nagura into the traffic. Back to Endo again, and now a chance of a breakaway is starting to really open up for Albirex. No flag. They're coming forward. Shimada. They're queuing up, and that really should have been 3. So close to a hat-trick from Ryotaro Ito. But unlike 2 clinical finishes earlier on, rather snatched at that. Yasushi Endo. Nakajima. Side from Maze. Endo. Switching it towards the left-hand side. Togashi. Nudged wide by Nakayama. That's an excellent tackle by Fitzgerald. Perfectly timed. It's a tackle he didn't really need to make. Just show him on the outside, but no, he's gone in for the tackle. Had to get it right and did. He's given it straight back to the home side. Rosso now 4-1 up on Thespa. 2 quick goals in that game at the Igeo Kenko. Kumamoto and Rosso are in the playoffs. That's confirmed. Here's Fagrino on the volley. Oh, that would have been quite some goal. Chested it down and went for goal, and it was just wide. Just to confirm the permutations, Albirex 32,000 by the way, 32,979, just shy of 33,000. They were expecting 25,000 plus, just under 33,000 here today. What an attendance for a second tier game in the J-League. Amazing. And they've enjoyed it too. The people of Niigata. They've got a team that play some good football here. They will be optimistic that they can hold their own next season. It's going to be a challenge. Just to confirm, Albirex promoted with a win here today. Just a draw will do. Yokohama need a win to confirm promotion tomorrow at home to Oita Trinita, who need a win to clinch playoff security. That will clinch their playoff place. Fagiano have already been confirmed in the playoffs. Rosso now in the playoffs as well, 4-1 up, so they will be in the playoffs as well. They will be relegated tomorrow if they don't win at Svegen. Iwate Gorilla will be relegated this evening if they lose and Thespa win. Well, Thespa are not going to win, so they won't be relegated this evening. So that's the do's and don'ts of promotion, relegation and playoffs. Offside flag is up against Taniguchi. And there's a little over 6 minutes to go. As a contest, this has been very one-sided. It isn't a derby. It isn't classed as a derby, but they are in close proximity to one another. Vegalta's big derby is Michiruku derby with Montevideo. It's a 3-hour drive across from Sendai to the west coast of Niigata. It's their third shortest trip of the season. Vegalta, they will be going that short trip home empty-handed, unless they can find a way back in the last 5 minutes. It's unlikely. They haven't created too much all afternoon. Togashi. Greeno slips and gets it back again. These two were neck and neck for such a long time earlier on in the season. Might be about confidence, it might be about form, but there's a huge difference between these two sides. Here's Mito, looking to find some icing on the cake. Determined to go alone. And the young 20-year-old. We've got Shinzuki Mito at 19 and Itaro Matsuda. He's a 20-year-old wide men. We've got Komi as well, who's only 19. They've got young talent, raw talent, that have got pace and skill and are exciting to watch. And really good prospects in J1 next season. Yokohama F. Marinos are looking for the title. They're 2-1 down now against Gamba Osaka. They have managed to pull a goal back in that game. It's a free kick. So 5, Thespa 1. Thespa might just stay up, but will certainly start next season at J2. Relegation favourites. They've been in pretty poor form. They've just done enough. They are getting comprehensively beaten today. Togashi to defeated Nakayama. Win it again, don't they? Albirex, it's inevitable. Yokohama Marinos goal was disallowed, by the way, so they are still 2-0 down. Just a couple of minutes to play in that game in J1. The J1 leaders head into a rare home defeat against Gamba Osaka. Jubilee Iwata 3-2 up on Kashima Antlers. Yeah, Albirex are 2.5 minutes away from promotion being confirmed. They were all put up before a ball was kicked today. They needed just a point. They've had to bide their time. Moritaro's double. Just continue to put the passes together. Played with confidence, have kept possession well. Mito. Ito again, the goal scorer of both the goals. It's cut out by Nagura. Endo to the feet of Nakayama. Back by Matsuda. Here they come again. Taniguchi. He was going to open himself up for a shot, and in the end it was a poor pass. 30 seconds plus injury time. These two sides are very much going in opposite directions, and judging by what we've seen today, you can see why. Vegalta Sendai will drop out of the playoff picture. You fear that they will stay out of that playoff picture. Albirex now concentrate on wrapping up the title. They could win it next week if they better the result of their nearest rivals, Yokohama, who don't play until tomorrow, and they've got a tough game tomorrow against Oita Trinita. 3 minutes of added time. Time to bring on a couple of substitutes. Alexandra Gires is coming on. So too is Yoshi. Mito is coming off. Gires onto the field of play as well. Portuguese forward. Was graduated from through the ranks at Sporting in Lisbon. Never made a first team appearance though. Knocked off by Goalless. Away from Nakayama. It's frustrating. Frustration is shining through. It's a foul on Shimada. What a go, mate. To the final minute of the 3 added on. Flag surely will go up, and it does against Matsuda. Standing about 2 yards ahead of the last defender when the ball was played through. Here is Gires. Gires leaves it. This could be 3. Gires! The Portuguese striker has only just come on. And he's just put a gloss coating on a brilliant performance by the champions-elect. Albirex Niigata will be gracing J1 next season. And with football like this, they won't do it any disservice. It was precise, it was intricate. Akiyama involved, another substitute, and just swept home by Alex Gires. His second of the season, a striker that has had precious little opportunity since his arrival. But the Portuguese frontman finds the goal. Goal deep into injury time, by the way. Jubilo Owata 3, Kashima Antlers 3. That's a big blow for Jubilo Owata, who needed a win in that game. They were 3-1 up at half-time. 3-3. They could be heading back down to J2. Well, one thing's for sure, they will be replaced by Albirex Niigata. Albi are promoted. A convincing home victory. It's promotion for Rikizo Matsuhashi and his team. And the celebrations begin now. The title is still there to be clinched over the last 2 weekends of the season. But it's delight amongst the faces of those Albirex players. They have been so dominant over the 90 minutes against Vegalta. They thoroughly deserve the victory and the 3-0 scoreline. And they're celebrating with champions. They're not champions yet. Yokohama have still got something to say about that. But it was convincing. They play some good stuff. They're easy on the eye. They are the best team in J1 this season. And they have just been promoted. Albirex Niigata 3, Vegalta Sendai 0 here in front of 33,000 at the Denka Big Swan Stadium.
悲願の昇格が決まりました。今の率直なお気持ちから聞かせてください。
1年間ここまで自分たちを信じた結果だと思います。良かったです。
今日はご自身2ゴールの大活躍でありましたけれども、どんな思いでピッチに入りましたか？
引き分けで優勝っていうのは昇格っていうのは分かってましたけど、何としても勝ってまだ1年残り2試合もありますし、優勝はまだ分からないですけど、とりあえず今日は勝って昇格を決めるんだっていう思いでグラウンドに立ちました。
その強い思いというのが現れた2ゴールだったと思います。まず1点目のシーンから振り返りをお願いいたします。
自分がスローインからボールもらった時に、相手のギャップが大きく空いてて、ユーズ君使って自分がもう一回シュートを打つっていうイメージができてたんで、イメージ通りのゴールでした。
長い時間待ち焦がれたゴールだったと思いますが、決まった瞬間いかがでしたか？
すごい嬉しかったですし、この3万2000人のサポーターの皆さんの前で、ゴールができて本当に良かったです。
ゴールの後にサポーターの皆さんからの声援拍手大きくなりましたけれども、どういうふうに感じましたか？
これまで、僕は今年入ってきたばっかりですけど、これまで J2 で苦しい思いをしてきた選手サポーター方たちのために、今日は自分のゴールで絶対点取ってやるんだという気持ちで入ったので本当に嬉しいです。
そして2ゴール目はよくあそこで足を合わせたなというようなすごいゴールでしたけれども、ご自身としてはどう振り返りますか？
もう来た時にシュートを打とうって決めてましたし、とにかく枠に入れようと思って打ちました。
これで今季は9ゴールそして10アシストとなりました。ご自身このシーズンまだ終わってはいないですけれども、これまでのご自身のプレーというのを振り返るとどんな思いが込み上げますか？
9ゴール10アシストしてますけど、正直まだまだ足りないです。まだまだ今年の出来は満足してないです。来年に向けてまだまだ足りないことがいっぱいですけど、とりあえずこの今いる仲間たちで昇格を決めれたっていうのは、本当に嬉しいです。ただ最後優勝まで僕たちは突っ走ります。
ありがとうございます。おめでとうございました。J1 昇格が決まりました。最後のホイッスル、どんな気持ちで聞いていましたか？
いや、いろんなことがこう頭の中で、思い返して、やっと長かったなっていう感じですけど、亮太郎も言ってたけど、優勝目指してここまで来たらみんなで一番上取って、J1 に行きたいなと思います。
試合終了の瞬間は目に光るものも見えたような気がしたんですけれども、
気のせいだと思いますいや本当に嬉しかったですね。まだ残り2試合あって、優勝つかみ取るまで、泣かないつもりだったんですけど、ちょっとやっぱり耐えきれなかったですね。嬉しかったです。
今日は先発ではなく途中からの出場となりましたけれども、どのように90分間をご覧になりますか？
ベンチから見てて、前半なかなか、うまく攻めれてないなっていうのを感じてましたし、どうしたらいいかひろきとこう話しながら試合見てて、落ち着いてゲーム入ることできましたし、直接じゃないですけどゴールにつながるようなプレーもできたと思うので、途中から出た時のプレーっていうのは僕の一つの課題だったので、今日はそれなりにいいプレーできたんじゃないかなと思います。
堀米選手、前日の会見では今日の試合取るべき人に点を取ってほしいというようなお話ありましたけれども、伊藤選手が2ゴールとなりました。キャプテンとしてどう称えますか？
高木選手が離脱してからかなり責任感を持ってプレーしているのを感じてたので、彼の努力が実ってよかったですし、まだまだ、本人も分かっていると思いますけど、全員がやっぱりレベルアップしないとJ1 では戦えないと思うので、やっぱりこの試合も反省点はあるし、そこは今までと変わらず自分たちの成長というところに目を向けて続けていきたいです。
シーズンは残すところ2試合となりました。今後どのように戦っていきますか？
本当に新潟の皆さんの期待っていうのがすごく大きくて、いい緊張感の中で日常を過ごしてますので、また最後にもっといい景色を見せられるようにチーム一丸となって引き続き頑張っていきたいです。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
今季当初から目標に掲げていた J1 昇格が今日決まりました。おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
まずは監督の今のお気持ちから聞かせてください。
本当に誇らしい限りですね。本当によく達成したなというふうに思ってます。
試合終了直後には選手の皆さんと喜ぶ姿もありましたけれども、実際決まってみて今実感というのはありますか？
もう本当に、そうですね。まだそこまでの実感がぐっと湧いていないのも事実ではありますけども、本当に大きなことを成し遂げたということは確かだと思いますし、ただまだ残り2節あるというところがやはり僕の中にもあります、選手の中にもあるので、ただやはり喜ぶ時にはしっかり喜んで、しっかり切り替えてまた次の2節に挑みたいなというのが今の気持ちです。
そして今日は3対0と完封勝利でこの昇格を決める試合となりましたけれども、3万2000人を超えるサポーターの前でというところもあって本当に素晴らしいゲームでしたね。監督ご自身はどう振り返りますか？
そうですね、前半は非常に難しい、ゲーム展開、こういうゲーム展開も何度か経験する中でじれずに、ただそういうことを少し後半に修正するという、流れがいつもあるんですけども、見事やはりそこに応えて堅い守備をこじ開けたと、その後押しもやはり今日に限らずやはり我々を本当にバックアップしてくれる多くのファンサポーターの方々のやはり後押しもあってこじ開けることができたなというふうに思っています。
今日3得点のうち2ゴールは伊藤選手の得点となりました。今シーズン本当にチームの核として引っ張ってきてくれた選手だと思うんですが、彼の今日のプレーをどう評価していますか？
いやもう本当に素晴らしい、限りだと思ってます。
そして途中出場のゲデス選手も決めてくれましたね。
そうですね、非常に時間の短い中でしたけども、その一瞬の爆発的な力をしっかり発揮して、得点を取ってくれたということで非常にありがたいと思っています。
監督、今季は昇格を目指しながら J1 でも通用するようなチーム作りというのを掲げていらっしゃいましたけれども、この後の2試合どのように戦っていきますか？
そうですね、やはりせっかく自分たちでこれまで築き上げてきた、そういう中での、さらなる高みっていう部分をやはり我々の目の前にいつもあるものなので、そこにとどまることなく、やはり一歩でも二歩でも、本当に数ミリでもいいので、前進して、前に進んでいきたいというふうに思っています。
ありがとうございます。
どうもありがとうございました。
今節は残念ながら新潟から勝ち点をもぎ取ることはできませんでした。まずは90分通しての振り返りをお願いします。
そうですね、本当に新潟さん、本当にボールが握るのが本当にうまくて、最終的にね、こじ開けられて、本当に新潟さんに素晴らしかったと思いますし、本当におめでとうと言いたいと思います。ただ我々としてはしっかりと守備のところで、中をやらせないというところの守備はできてましたけど、本当に、1点目のところの、スローインのところで我々のボールなのか相手ボールなのかというところで我々のところは選手たちが足を止まってしまったところで、隙を突かれてしまったこと、これは本当にレフェリーのジャッジは仕方ないと思いますので、そういう隙をやはりなくさないといけないというのは我々としてはやはりやっていかないといけないかと思います。
後半こそ3失点ありましたけれども、前半というのはかなり綺麗なラインコントロールと、あと奪ってからがすごく速い攻撃がありまして、怖さというものも見られたと思います。監督、手応えとしてはいかがですか？
そうですね、守備から攻撃の速さっていうところは今取り組んでいるところですし、逆に言ったらそういうところも何回か出てたことは素晴らしかったと思います。ただやはりそこからやはりゲームをコントロールしてもっと自分たちの時間を作らないといけないということ、そこをもうちょっとやはりクオリティを上げていかないといけないかなと思います。
さて次節はユアテックスタジアムでホーム最終節となります。どんな準備で臨みますか？
そうですね、本当にもう一戦一戦戦うしかないと思いますし、目の前の相手にね、我々は立ち向かっていくだけだと思いますので、もう一回選手たちとね、また気持ち新たにね、目の前の試合を戦いに行きたいと思います。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。